there's something in that relating right there that you can learn and put yourself back together again, because you're seeking wholeness, you're seeking yourself. And so as we let go of these things, we come back into an inner unity and we collapse the duality within us so that we feel that wholeness and that unity within us, which is then reflected more and more outside of us. It's so darn cool. I hope you're tracking with me. Hey, Alix here. Thanks for coming to another video. I just had this kind of really interesting thought, that everything that you're seeking in all reality is yourself. It's all the parts of you that you've denied that have made you separate and in this world of duality that you're trying to put back together again. I mean, it's really the truth of it. We're on a mission, if you will, to make the unconscious conscious. Now, maybe not everyone is. There's definitely those in this dual world who are here to make the conscious unconscious. There's definitely different roles, but as one big being of the all expressing and experiencing itself through different aspects, soul streams, if you will, each soul has the same capacity to be able to create and wants to experience itself in over lifetimes. In that experiencing of itself in the world of duality, it has separated itself in many, 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 many different ways, and rejected, suppressed, repressed, and so on. And then the relationship they have with the world is that of projection and, and again, more decisions to repress, and so on. So we separate ourselves more and more and more and more and more from the soul stream, from the strength and the closeness to those higher versions of us. And so now we are moving into a new cycle of coming back home to the soul. And in that process, we are unbecoming all the things that we've made ourselves in that separation. We are unbecoming. We are undoing. So it's not about learning new concepts and new stuff and adding more to decide about and cut off and make us separate from, but instead seeing things differently, realchemizing the choices that were wrong, where we missed the mark, right? Where we didn't learn the lesson, and reintegrating the unconscious into the conscious. And therefore also the subconscious then becomes conscious. We're not operating from the subconscious mind of all these programs that we've created unconsciously, but we are now bringing these things to consciousness, and we are changing the way the subconscious mind is working. And so we were merging within ourselves back into our wholeness. So everything that we are seeking is actually outside of us, is actually us that we're seeking. And everything we've created outside of us is actually there for us to find ourselves. And so when you recognize that we are all one, right? And you are creating, you are the center of your universe. And you can take ownership of that. Like really, truly, like this is all happening for me. It's a joke. It's like, it's funny. When you see that though, then you recognize that all the people that are coming in are there to show you something. Everyone is. And you're there to show them something. And that's the whole idea of seeing the Christ in someone else, is for them to see the Christ in you. It's just what makes us what we are. Christ consciousness is the relationship of all to all. It's the relating. It's the in unity, of course, not in separation, in unity. It's being in unity in relationship is what Christ consciousness is. And so we are being in the fourth, we're being in unity with the all in relationship down here in the third dimension. So relationships with, let's say, a significant other are a perfect, prime, beautiful way to be able to recognize the contrast of the things that you've separated out of yourself that you've now projected perhaps into this person. And when they trigger you, it's an aspect of you that you have rejected that they're showing you for you to alchemize and bring back into your life. Ain't that cool? You might attract a type of a relationship with somebody who's just there to trigger the heck out of you. And it's more of like we'll call it like a karmic type of a relationship. And that person is there to, make your life really difficult in a way, and to be in such contrast with your truth that you have to see it. You have to wake up to it. Whereas maybe a soulmate type of a relationship, someone who's part of the same, over soul, if you will, part of your soul family, maybe you've played other roles in other lifetimes together. Those you have much more harmony, because there's going to be lots of parts that really resonate and that really fit, and then there'll be certain aspects that maybe that don't. And then there's relationships they call twin flame relationships, where you have two identical soul frequencies, two incarnations of the same soul frequency, exact, that come in and merge in a sense, and then trigger, not well, first they see the wholeness and show the glimpse of the wholeness of all that is, but then all of the distortion of the two separate bodies that are in that same soul are repelled from each other until they are alchemized back and cleared that shared energetic field that they have as a soul, and after merging then repels, and then they have to clear up the all of the distorted energies in order to come back together. It's not a romantic thing. Doesn't mean that they don't have they can't have a romantic thing, but it's a tumultuous type of a relationship or relating. And so there's and then of course there's your children, right? And your children have so many aspects, are part of your soul family, of course, aspects that are like you and aspects that are going to trigger you, and so if you watch your judgments, if you watch how you are judging another, you recognize that is a part of you that you're extending out. You created it all. Okay, you brought all this in. You've got agreements and agreements with other souls as well, right, to play out this play here, and to reflect things for each other, and to play roles with each other in order for the whole, the all, to be able to expand and grow and experience itself. And so it's really, really cool when you look at it that way. When you see the wholeness and the unity of all, you recognize that it's in relationship with everything, even relationship with anything else. I think I've talked about this in another video, but how you relate to anything. Do I like it? Do I not like it? Do I reject it, or do I want to accept it? This is this thing I want, but I have this relationship with myself that says I can't have that, or I'm not good enough for that. Or nobody would ever accept that, or I might get judged for that, or whatever, all these different beliefs, limiting beliefs, and so on. So our relating to that thing that we want is distorted because of all of these other identities. So when we recognize that, wow, I feel really crappy right now because I really wanted that thing, or I wanted to create that thing, and I just don't really think it's going to happen for me. There's something in that relating right there that you can learn and put yourself back together again, because you're seeking wholeness, you're seeking yourself. And so as we let go of these things, we come back into an inner unity, and we collapse the duality within us, so that we feel that wholeness and that unity within us, which is then reflected more and more outside of us. It's so darn cool. I hope you're tracking with me. I sometimes, in my own self-judgment, I'd listen to, people say, I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't understand your concepts. And I judged myself really harshly for that. And I thought, well, how can I explain it better? And I thought, well, I guess I have to just keep continuously trying to explain it, and some people will get it. But then I got to find some really cool people on YouTube and start watching their stuff. And I'm like, I'm really tracking with this. It might seem really out there and esoteric to somebody, but I'm like, I'm really tracking. So, in fact, I have an interview I'm going to be doing really soon with one of those exact people who's like, I just so get her, and she's fascinating. And we even have the same personality type. We're both INFJs. It's really so interesting. So I watched her and I thought, oh my gosh, it's like, oh, why did I attract her in my life? Well, she just gave me permission to reclaim that my voice is my voice, my song is my song. And even if it doesn't all make perfect sense, if there's a resonance for you and you're excited and you're interested and you're leaning in, then this is for you, right? That means you're part of this song with me, this dance. And hopefully you'll be able to find more of you within it, that you've attracted this. You're here for a reason. Just like I've attracted those people into my life and given myself permission to have my voice, to get my voice back, and to just turn this thing on and just share, what I've learned. It's not meant to be kept within. I'm not here to teach and give new concepts necessarily. I'm trying to just put some pieces together as I've put these things together, in hopes that you'll find a resonance and be able to put some of the pieces together for you so that you can unbecome and undo, and not necessarily go more in the brain and more concepts and more understanding from what's already known, but instead to learn how to tune and tap in more and more with that higher consciousness so that you can come to know directly through intuition and through access, as you get more and more whole, as you become whole again and less separated. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody you think might enjoy it. And if you're interested in working with me and helping to alchemize some of these lower, denser energies, get them out and on their way so that you can elevate a little faster, check the description box down below. And I'll look forward to hopefully working with you. And I will definitely see you in another video.